This One Life Fund video is brought to you by World Vision Singapore. AIDS, the largest humanitarian crisis ever. 40 million people are affected. 15 million children are orphaned. 3 million die each year.
AIDS is a very lonely disease.
There is a trend of increasing number of people being infected with HIV.
It destroys families and relationships.
A very, very long time, I think their family is just kind of given up on them.
And I think there needs to be a higher education level on AIDS within Singapore.
Although at first it shocked me, I like to feel the way we like to interact with them and get to know them as people.
World Vision International, a Christian relief, development, and advocacy organization dedicated to working with children, families, and communities worldwide to reach their full potential by tackling the causes of poverty and injustice, impacting over 100 million people in nearly 100 countries, serving the world's poor regardless of a person's religion, race, ethnicity, or gender. World Vision believes that every child should have life in all its fullness. With a rapid increase of new HIV or AIDS infections in Singapore, World Vision partners with the Patient Care Centre of the Communicable Disease Centre of Tan Tock Seng Hospital to reach out to children and youth living with HIV or AIDS.
The centre was set up in 1997 to help the patients with HIV or AIDS. Here at the centre we have various programs for the patient workers. The main programs in PCC will include our sponsored patient worker scheme, our nutritional programs, plus our medications programs.
In our centre sees about 2,000 odd patients with this infection, and as a doctor I see many patients and they have children.
This One Life Fund is actually a scholarship fund donated by World Vision Singapore.
Well, I think this One Life Fund will benefit the families both in the present and the future.
It will help to pay all the school fees of the children and youth.
If the children can receive subsidy for their education, the money saved can be spent on other things to increase the quality of life. Their basic needs can be met. They can spend more money on better food, for example.
Yeah, definitely the children can actually study with peace of mind and then complete their education.
And for the future, we know education is an investment. If the children can have a proper education, they will be able to provide for their parents and themselves better. So it has both present and future benefits.
In Singapore, people infected with HIV or AIDS have doubled since year 2000. Last year alone, 423 new cases surfaced.
Our society generally is not ready to accept people living with HIV or AIDS, and the individuals that have HIV and AIDS actually have a constant fear that one day their diagnosis will be exposed.
I think firstly there is a sense of shame experienced by their immediate families. They feel embarrassed, they feel that it's a loss of faith.
That caused them to be very afraid, and they feel cut off from the rest of the world.
I think that there's still a lot of misunderstandings or a lot of myth about this HIV and AIDS.
For friends who do not understand, they tend to shun away.
Children will definitely fear of losing their parents, because a normal children grows up with their parents, and having their parents pass away can be quite a painful thing for them.
People think that this is dirty, people think that it is highly infectious, and they do not want to be associated with people who are known to be HIV.
So because of that, they can lose their self-esteem and dignity.
I have like some patients whose family, they don't even share utensils.
I guess it's the lack of knowledge. A lot of people feel that you will get infected, through casual contact and all, but actually that's not true.
The thing that kills our patients sometimes is not the diagnosis itself, but it's the discrimination and the stigma that they face in the society.
And this incurable disease threatens to devastate the lives of those who live with loved ones. Those coping with HIV and AIDS face tremendous emotional and financial toil.
I found out that I have the HIV positive in the year of 2000. That was my second pregnancy. Because I have that sickness, HIV, and the doctor advised me to bring one of my sons for the test. And my son also is positive HIV. I feel so sad and I feel depressed. Because of that, I have to send to my kids to my ex-mother-in-law to look after because I'm worried about my sickness. Can I live healthily longer or not?
My mother and my stepfather, who recently passed away, is affected with HIV. I found out when this year, around February, after I found out, I was really stressed lah. But I tried to cope lah with my studies. I've heard of HIV before, but I didn't expect it to happen to my family. Afraid lah that I might lose both of them.
With the moral support of my family and my friends, and my children can accept what I was. As long as I'm healthy, I want to work and earn money for my futures and for my children. I want to have a good health, a good living, so that I can give a good life for my children and for myself. I also wish that I can have my own house, then I can look after my children. Because I want the best for my children.
I try to leave it all behind. Maybe I spend more time with my mom lah, to forget lah, like, cause if I with my mom, I'm happy lah. In school, I've been really quiet lah. I never talk a lot. Before, I talk a lot lah. My form teacher got asked me before why I was like changed, suddenly so quiet. Then I said that, no lah, I'm still the same lah. I just put a smile on my face lah. I know I need to be strong for my mother. Since she only have me and my brother. Since now my mom is not working, financially, if I go to school, I don't really eat there. Maybe if I want to eat, I have to wait till I finish. Maggie mee, most of the time. I would really love, for once, eat rice, maybe some chicken, would be nice, and vegetable. It's for this one whole year. My school fees all is still haven't paid.
On World AIDS Day in 2008, World Vision launched the One Life Fund. The fund aims to alleviate the financial burden of these families through the provision of bursaries. With the One Life Fund, it is our desire that children will continue to hope and aspire for a brighter tomorrow.
I'm so happy that at least there's someone out there or a group of people that wants to give us a good moral support to the people like us who having this virus. At least even though if I have difficulty in financial, at least there's some subsidized in other ways for my kids.
I would really love to go to poly after my secondary school. My mom told me about this course of drama and psychology. Yeah, and I would really love to take up that course.
Every child can have a promising future and be empowered to dream. Start by enabling them to pursue their education. World Vision's One Life Fund. You have one life. Do something.